Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Janet. If you're here for the first time, thank you so much for clicking on this video, and if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please kindly hit on the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get notified whenever I post a new video. Like this video and drop a comment. So in today's tutorial, I'll be sharing with you guys how to cut and sew this beautiful shoulder drawstring dress with Basque waistline. And I'll be drafting our pattern on the pattern paper before transferring it to the main fabric. So the first thing to do here is to rule a straight line at the top of this paper, which will serve as the starting line and also our shoulder line. So on that shoulder line, place your tape and mark down your shoulder to waistline. Mine is 16 inches. Make a mark there and rule a straight line across like so. Still on the shoulder line, come down to mark your underbust line and rule a line across too. Next is from the waistline, mark down 3 inches. That is for our Basque effect at the waist area. After that, on your shoulder line, mark your shoulder measurement, divide by 2, then mark out your sleeve length. So mine is 7, and I will go ahead and add another 7 inches because of the ruch effect we'll be having here. Then after that, go ahead and mark 3 inches for your neck width, like so. And on your shoulder line, mark down 1 inch for your shoulder slope. And connect it like so. So from where you mark your shoulder slope, place your tape like so and come down by 10 inches as your chest line and also your armhole. Make a mark there and mark a line across just like this. Then go ahead and mark a straight line like this from the shoulder line to the chest line. So we have the chest line, the underbust line and the waistline. So I will go ahead and extend our underbust line like so. After that, on our chest line, I will mark my bust measurement, divide by 4 and make a dot there. I will now add extra allowance because we'll be having a gathers around this area. So I will add 10 inches as my allowance. You can add less or more depending on how full you want that area to be. Then on the chest line, I will mark a slant curve like so down to the underbust line. And after that, on the underbust area, I'll divide my underbust measurement by 4 and mark it there. I will go ahead and add 1 inch allowance to it, and that is for sewing. Then on the waistline, I will also do the same thing to my waistline. Divide your waist measurement by 4 and make a mark there. Then also add 1 inch allowance for joining. Go ahead and connect those lines together like so. Then to get the Basque effect, from the side waistline, mark a slant line like so, down to the center front like so. This gives the V effect on the waist area. Now from our neck width, we are going to rule a straight line like so, down to our underbust line to get our V neckline. After that, I will go ahead and label it. Here is our shoulder line, and here is our armhole area. Then our underbust line, our chest line, and also our waistline. And that is practically all for the front pattern. So I will go ahead and cut our pattern starting from the underbust line, cut through the armhole, then to the neckline, and then our shoulder. And next is the waist area. So here is how it should look like. So there will be a gathered around this under bust area. So let's go over and cut our fabric starting from the back pattern. So here is the fabric I will be using, and I have here 2.5 yards. But for you to have a full gathers, you will need 3 yards of fabric. So I will go ahead and fold my fabric like so. Place your pattern paper on it and pin it all around. And I'm doing this to avoid my paper from shifting while cutting. I'll now go ahead and mark 1/2 inch all round except on the shoulder line, which I added 1 inch because of the drawstring we'll be adding to it. I'll now go ahead and cut my pattern. Then from the back waistline down, I'll be adding a zipper allowance to it. Of course, there is zip at the back. And I've gone ahead to mark 1.5 inch for my zipper allowance. Place your pattern on the fabric from the 1.5 inch zipper allowance we marked. Pin down your pattern like so. Go ahead and add 1/2 inch all around your fabric and cut it like so. So I'm adding 1/2 inch to the down part and the upper part of this fabric. And at the center back is our zipper allowance. This is our back pattern, so you go ahead and open it like so. And here is how our back pattern looks like. So we have here our front pattern. Go ahead and add 1/2 inch all around except the shoulder, which you should add 1 inch to it. The same thing we did for our back pattern. So we'll go ahead and add 1/2 inch around the down part and the neckline area like so. So the back and the front is a little bit similar aside the back pattern, which there will be zipper allowance. Every other thing here is the same. Now go ahead and cut your fabric and our pattern is ready. So for the front pattern, for the front waistline, you go ahead and place your paper on your fabric like so, pin it all around and mark 1/2 inch at the down part and the upper part of this fabric too. This is for sewing allowance. You also have 1/2 inch to the side of this fabric like so. Cut it out and your front pattern is ready. And here is how the front looks like. So let's go over to the sewing part. First of all, I've gone ahead to cut out my lining piece for the front neckline. Here is it. And I've also done same for the waist area. I've also cut my lining pieces for my waist area, and you should go ahead and do same. Cut your lining piece for your front neckline and for your waistline. And I've already gone ahead to stitch it. Here is how it's looking like. I'll now head over and aim it with my aiming gum. This is our front neckline. You also do the same for the back neckline. So you will go ahead and iron it and aim it too. So here is how it's looking like after aiming it, and I did that with my aiming gum. I've gone ahead to do the same for the back also, and here is how everything looks like, so clean. And after that, I will go ahead and stitch the armhole area. So I will go ahead and fold it like so. I'll make a very tiny fold and stitch it. So after that, on the down part of this fabric like so, I'll go in from this part by 2 inches. Because the neckline will be overlapping each other, I'll place the other one on overlap like so, and go ahead to my sewing machine and run a stitch there. That is for the front. After sewing it, I will now place the back pattern on the front pattern like so and pin it all round. So I will go ahead and do same for the other side. I will bring it and place it on the front pattern like so. I will pin everything together, then later go over to my sewing machine and run a stitch on my shoulder line, leaving 1 inch allowance. And here is how the shoulder looks like after stitching. So here is the 1 inch allowance we added for our drawstring. So you will go ahead and open it like so. Go ahead and stitch the 2 sides and the middle part of this place, and also do the same thing to the other side. And here is how it looks like after sewing. So this creates a hole where our ropes will pass through. So I've also gone ahead to make these tiny ropes for our drawstring. And over here is 4 ropes, 2 for both sides of the shoulder. So I will go ahead and use my safety pin to pass the rope through the hole that we created on the shoulder. So here you pass it through the neckline over to the other side of the shoulder. Do this on the both sides of your shoulder. So this is how it looks like, and I've gone ahead to sew it on the neck area to hold it firm. And here is it. I've also gone ahead to run a gather stitch on the down part of this dress and gathered it like so. I've done it for the front and the back part of this dress. I've gathered it at the exact measurement I have for my underbust. So I will go ahead and notch this area like so. I'll fold this fabric into 2 like so and make a notch. So I will also do the same for the joining. I'll fold it into 2 and make a notch at the center. And right here is our front pattern. So I will place it together like so and check if it aligns. So I will place it together and go ahead and run a straight stitch. I've also gathered the back parts, leaving 1 inch for my zip allowance. So I will go ahead and join them together like so. And here is how it looks like after joining it. Here is how the front looks like. And here is the wrong side of the front. So I've gone ahead to do the same for the back, and here is how it's looking like. I've also gathered the back part, leaving 1.5 inch for my zip allowance. So I will go ahead and attach the lining we cut for the waist area, and I will be facing it like so and sew using 1/2 inch. Please watch carefully what I'm doing here and do exactly the same thing. I will also do the same for my front pattern. I'll place my lining like so and make a stitch using 1/2 inch. So this is how it looks like after attaching the lining. So here is the front, and this is how the wrong side looks like. I've also gone ahead to stitch the back part, leaving 1.5 inch for my zipper allowance. You can see how it's looking like, and here is the zipper allowance. So I will go ahead and make a stop stitch around here. Do it on this area I'm showing you. You also do the same thing for the front pattern. So here is how it looks like after making a top stitch. So right here, I will go ahead and place the back and front pattern right side facing each other like so, and I will go ahead and pin them together like this. Repeat the same thing on the other side and make sure both fabric aligns. I mean the front and the back pattern. Pin it all through from the armhole to the waistline, and make sure one is not longer than the other. So after this, I will go ahead and take my round body measurement. So the first here is my underbust measurement. I will divide it into 2 and mark out the allowance I put while cutting. I will also do the same for my waistline. My round waist measurement, divide by 2. I will mark it and take out my allowance. So I will then go ahead and sew it from my armhole down to my waistline. And here is how it looks after joining them together. Make sure you take your accurate body measurement here. So my gown full length was 38 inches and my shoulder to waistline was 16 inches. So I will go ahead and minus 16 inches from the 38 inches I have, and whatever I have there is what I will use for my down part. So the width I have here is 2.5 yards, and if you want a full gathered dress, please use a 3 yards fabric. So I've already bent the down part of this dress, and over here I've run a gathered stitch all down to the end of this fabric, and here is it. So the gathers I have here is exactly my waist measurement plus my zipper allowance. So I've gone ahead and opened the upper part of my dress like so, and I will attach the down part to the upper part of this dress starting from the zipper allowance. Here is it, and I've already closed down the zipper part and stopped somewhere I want my zip to end. So this is it, and it's left for me to attach my zip. You can see the zipper allowance I left for this part. So here is it. So I've gone ahead to attach my zip, and here is the final look of this dress. Thank you so much for watching, and if you are here to subscribe to this channel, please hit on the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get notified whenever I post a new video. Like this video and drop a comment. Bye, see you guys on my next video.